Hello, it is Lisa from Lady Norway Energy Healing, coming at you from her healing space. Just got a couple things on the agenda, and I haven't been posting. I didn't post anything about the full moon in Gemini, and then yesterday was the new moon in Sagittarius. And so I was having a bit of a struggle with the full moon in Gemini. I had some stuff come up that I was having trouble releasing. So I decided not to deal with it. And you know what happens when you do that? It ends up coming out somewhere else. So you know, you're gonna have to face it, you know, whatever that it may be for you. I don't know if it's the same for you, but you know, usually when you put something off that's bubbling up, it comes out in another way. The universe shows you it in another way, and you have to kind of like process it anyway. So that kind of happened. And yeah, so now with the new moon, you know, I'm a little bit, it was a little easier, a little bit of a different energy, a little lighter. Yeah, I'm going to take this new energy and, you know, sort of move forward with it. It feels like there's just a little bit more of like not as heavy, definitely not as heavy. Yeah, so I've been going on this healing journey for some time now, and you know, it has its highs and lows, and so now I'm feeling that I'm coming into this next cycle, you know, because that's what this is all about, is cycles. I mean, that's astrology too. It's cycles, and, you know, the planets move in cycles, and, you know, we move through life in cycles, and there's all about cycles beginning and cycles ending. And so with me being a fixed sign, I'm a Taurus sun, Taurus rising, Aquarius moon. With this now Pluto moving into Aquarius in January 2024, it has its, you know, it has its pros and cons, I guess. It all depends on how you prepare yourself for it, or how I'm going to prepare myself for it. But for me personally, it's just going to be coming into this shifting out of Pisces into Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. I'm just coming to this point where I am going to be doing things differently. And with Sagittarius, this new moon in Sagittarius, it's about thinking about the things like, really, what do you want your future to look like? What do you want to put into motion for this upcoming year, and, you know, years to come, and especially now coming into a new 20-year cycle. You know, what do you want the next 20 years of your life to look like? These are some of the questions that I'm asking myself. But I know, as being it's an Aquarius, you know, age of Aquarius, I know it's at a collective level as well, because Aquarius is about the collective. And the solstice is on the 21st of December, the winter solstice, and that is to celebrate the birth of light. I usually go and celebrate or gather in community and do a ceremony and celebrate with a group, but this year I'm deciding to do it by myself, in silence and in solitude. I'm going to channeling the Hermit, I think of the Hermit card, you know, and really reaching inside and finding the light within, and, you know, sitting in silence without any distractions, and, you know, maybe actually, you know, listening, stopping and listening to my inner wisdom, my guidance, my inner knowing. I know it's going to be, you know, it's not easy. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be uncomfortable. But I'm, you know, part of me is really looking forward to really dialing down deep and, seeing and feeling and letting, letting whatever comes up, come up. And I know I've been, it's what's coming up for me, and I've had a few things that have shown me that I need to do this by myself. It's been coming up, or, presenting that, either like a retreat or, and then at a metaphysical level, like there will be something ending, a feeling of something ending, but, having something end so that something new can begin. And it has to be done alone. So there's been a couple things that just have pushed me in this direction, but it'll be good to be able to just figure some stuff out. Mostly be like kind of taking a break. Yule is from the 21st to the 1st of January, so I'll probably be doing a little bit of course, celebrating with family and stuff like that. But it's just one of these. It's this time where on my journey, that's where I'm at, and I feel like what I'll be doing is resting, and sort of like replenishing my energy and kind of moving forward into the next cycle, having a different energy frequency to be able to go forward with what I want to go forward with. So I'll be able to do that, decide, is this staying or is this going? Is this gonna hang around? Is this coming in? Is this leaving? That's sort of stuff. News. I didn't do a newsletter, so I think I will just probably do something on my blog. That's what I was thinking about doing. So, you can always pop on there and check it out. Yeah, so yesterday was the new moon in Sagittarius, and Mercury went retrograde. Mercury is also, when it goes retrograde, can give you the opportunity to kind of like reflect and kind of like look back and be able to kind of look at the stuff that you're doing and the things that you've done and say, like, how could I rework that? How could I reword that? Just sort of be able to go back and maybe maybe some of the things that you might have overlooked, or some of the things that came up that you didn't want to necessarily look at, like there they are, and here's this opportunity, as opposed to like where they say, Mercury retrograde, don't do this, don't sign on the dotted line, don't send out stuff, and things go a little wonky with technology. Maybe that's possible too, but there's also this time I always feel like some of the things that I do, a lot of the times I do it when there is a retrograde. So I don't know, it's I'm kind of like going against the grain, but yeah, I'll just be able to take this time to be able to kind of like look into the stuff that I was thinking about doing that maybe didn't come to fruition, or some of the things that I have to let go, and think about how I can redo it, like to make it happen. So that's kind of basically what I'll be doing with that too. So that energy is in there as well. And so that's yeah, Mercury retrograde. Got 22 days of being able to relook at things. So anyway, hopefully that you get to do that too, if that's what you want to do. Yeah, so one thing about, being a fixed sign, and, this Pluto coming out of Capricorn, which has been in Capricorn since 2008, this cycle's coming to a close, and we've had a little glimpse of it. We kind of popped into Aquarius and had that sort of like, for me anyway, it was just sort of like I had a lot of opening, felt very like almost like whatever was stepping on my chest, something was, somebody took their foot off my chest, almost the feeling I had. Just freedom, like almost a little bit like, whoa, manic or something, like, wow, got lots of stuff accomplished. But then all of a sudden it's like that wears off, like the euphoria wears off, and then it's like real life again. And then that's Capricorn too. Capricorn will kind of give you the, like, the rules and boundaries and limitations. Being that it's a 10th house, Capricorn's usually in a 10th house. That's your career, your how people see you, your reputation. etc. And my North Node happens to be in Capricorn. Uranus is in there too. It's going to shake some stuff up. You know, that's the Great Awakener. Then we've got Pluto, who's the destroyer. It's like, it can be pretty intense. And, you know, so there's just going to be, yeah, it's just about doing things differently. I think you just got to shake it up. So, I mean, that's what these energies, you know, are going to, you know, I mean, 2008 for me was big. Like, I mean, big. Like, a lot of things happened. Big changes. We had a big move. We had a family, you know, I don't know. I'm not even going to get into it. It's not worth it. It's water under the bridge, but it was pretty intense time, to say the least. We had, yeah, you know, it was just, for anyone that knows me, they can think back to 2008. It was a big deal. But yeah, so that's like, you know, stuff is, you know, stuff can get wild and crazy. So I just got to get prepared for that. That, you know, there's definitely going to be some shakeups, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You know, there's good and bad. Nothing's really good and nothing's really bad. We just label things good and bad, you know. It's all interesting. Let's just say that. It's all very interesting. Like, to remember that death and rebirth can mean many things. You know, give and take, stopping and starting, endings and beginnings. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be like, you know, negative. It can be positive. Astrology is so cool because it's kind of like a little map of your soul's journey in this lifetime. That's why I find it pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to put a little bit of stuff on my blog for some astrology stuff that I put together too. So make sure to take a looky at that, because there'll be some information there too. And I've also done some stuff with chakras and, you know, energy work and all that. So that's where I'm kind of like focusing a little bit of my, that's going to be a little bit of my creative outlet while I take this little break. But yeah, my website, Norway Energy Healing.com. And yeah, so I'll be out of action from the 21st to the 8th of January. So, but yeah, good things to come in the new year. So I will wish you all a very happy holiday season, and I'll be sending out lots of love and lots of light. And, you know, I'm looking forward to what this new year, or this new age of Aquarius, is going to be bringing up for me and for everyone. And I have it's a calm surrender to what's coming. And yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm getting geared up to do my silent little retreat on the 21st. So, yeah. But it's definitely going to bring up things like what needs to change, what needs to leave your life, what needs to come into your life, what do you want to have come into your life, who do you want to have come into your life, who do you want out of your life, you know, there's all that. So, you know, and there's, you know, that it's about, for me, it's been about, there's been a couple things that have come up besides, you know, like asking myself these questions of like where I want to go and where, you know, what I want to do for the next 20 years or whatever. There's also this thing that's come up for me with the full moon in Gemini, and I was coming up with empowerment or power. And empowerment for me is like learning about where you give your power away and what you give your power away to and why. And so that's been a big, you know, lots of that shadow stuff, right? That's coming along. That's happening too, I believe, because of my chart and what's going on in my astrology. But it's part of it. It's all part of the deal with what I'm going through and what my journey is. And as I'm learning about it, I'm going to be able to integrate it and, you know, integrate the lessons that I'm learning, integrate them, and then be able to share them and share the wisdom of them and like put them into practice and put them into my practice with my clients and stuff like that. So that's cool. And then also be able to like, you know, figure out the stuff that I want to release and not carry with me anymore. Like cut those cords, cut the cords, man. Like do some cord cutting stuff, you know, that's going to be part of it as well. And this thing about like the North Node and the South Node shifting out of Taurus and Scorpio into Aries and Libra. So we have that partnership and we have that self, or the I am of Aries. So I'm finding that that's really shifting into like, you know, having to do things by myself. And that's always been a bit scary for me. I've always had people around me. I've always done stuff thinking of other people, you know, how it's going to affect other people. I always think about how it's going to affect other people before I even think about how it's going to affect me. I've led that way. That's how I take a step forward. And, you know, I've got to sometimes like just be like, okay, how's, you know, I got to do that, take that nurturing that I do and put it towards myself. And that's what this silent retreat that I'm doing for myself is going to be about. That's, you know, I'm incorporating the things that are presenting, and I've creating this sort of container for myself to really, you know, get some stuff figured out. So yeah, letting go of, you know, maybe some pipe dreams, but not like giving up on my dreams. But, you know, sometimes it's just things they have a way of just falling away, you know, and that's okay. And like, you know, moving stuff around and getting rid of stuff and, you know, cleaning up my systems and, you know, organizing, you know, stuff that I've kind of put aside, and, you know, stuff that I need to do. That's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be taking this time to do that. So, you know, there'll probably be a lot of stuff that comes up. So, you know, I'll have to keep everyone posted, you know, after it's all said and done. So yeah, I know there'll probably be lots of stuff that comes up with that, possibly be able to share it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I know that it's going to be interesting. So whatever you're doing, I hope you have a good celebration of the solstice, winter solstice, and Christmas season if you celebrate Christmas, and New Year, Happy New Year, and all that stuff. Happy Yule, and we will catch you on the next one. Okay, ciao for now. Bye.